Last week, we looked at the changes underlying the syndrome of behavioural variant frontotemporal dementia. This week, we're going to look at a different syndrome, dementia with Lewy bodies, or DLB. We're going to look at the symptoms of DLB, particularly those that underlie the disease, i.e. fluctuations, hallucinations, and the motor features of Parkinson's disease. We're going to investigate a little as to what causes dementia with Lewy bodies, and we're going to see how the symptoms impact on patients and how we can perhaps help. So why does DLB cause such different symptoms? And how can we best support those caring for someone with dementia? This week we'll be following the story of Colin, who has DLB, and his wife Jill, starting with their journey from first symptoms through to diagnosis. We'll be exploring in detail the primary features of DLB, the fluctuations, and the particular difficulties they cause for providing care, and the hallucinations that are very common in DLB, but can also be seen in other forms of dementia.
Patients with DLB are particularly vulnerable to developing visual hallucinations, and that relates probably to the location of the pathology, which is often in the posterior part of the brain, which supports visual function, and also to the profound deficits of acetylcholine transfer in the brains. And we know that acetylcholine is very much related to visual pathways and to the experience of visual hallucinations.
We'll look at the DLB Parkinson spectrum and the fact that the two diseases share the same pathology but present in different ways and are likely to be different entities on the same pathological spectrum. Jill candidly describes the difficulties of caring for and living with somebody with DLB and how this affects her relationship with her husband.
He becomes another person, he becomes somebody that I don't know, and he gets quite angry.
And Jill Livingston, Professor of Psychiatry at UCL, describes an intervention she developed to help carers cope better with the changes that dementia brings, the Strategies for Relatives project. So join us this week as we discuss DLB. We assess the impact this disease can have on relationships and what we can do to help support patients and carers with the challenges that they face.